James is Here presents Wooden Sodor, Episode 28, Missing Tenders. It was morning. The tracks around Tit and the sheds were still being placed, and Sir Topham Hatt was having lunch in his office. He was super hungry as usual. Then he heard a knock at the door. It was the station master. "Sir, we've got a problem. You know how you said the tracks around the sheds would be fixed by today?"
"Yeah, what's the matter?"
"Well, apparently," replied the station master, "they're not."
"What?"
said Sir Topham Hatt in a cross tone, and quickly got up to run outside. There was a mob of angry passengers at the station.
"Goodness gracious," said Sir Topham Hatt. "We need to fix those tracks immediately, or we're going to lose a big chunk of our passengers."
A few hours later, the tracks were finally finished. Surprisingly, there was a bunch of people still waiting.
"Gordon needs to hurry up. I can't finish my food until I know Gordon's coming."
Unfortunately, Gordon's fire wasn't burning well, and he wouldn't move. Usually he would get Edward to push or pull him, but he wouldn't be available until 4:50, as he was shunting trucks with Boko in the yard. Finally, though, Gordon got out of the sheds and started heading towards Knapford. First, though, he had to get a drink and stopped at the water tower. "There he is," said Diesel. "Gordon, the most important engine." "Swell," replied Diesel 10. "So all I have to do is grab his tender," said Diesel, "right?" "Yes," replied 10. "Now go." "Well, what if he feels his tender being uncoupled?" "Don't worry about it. As soon as it's uncoupled, get away as quickly as you can." "Okay." Diesel slowly crept up behind Gordon. To his surprise, Gordon didn't feel a thing.
"Gordon, where's your tender?"
"Huh?" said Gordon. He looked behind himself.
"Well, I never!" exclaimed Gordon. "Someone has snatched my tender, and I don't have enough coal to even get to the first station." "James will have to do it then." Gordon was cross. "Huh," he groaned. "Oh, that reminds me, I have to eat my chicken tenders." When Sir Topham Hatt walked into his office, though, he saw his cat finishing one of them. "Hey!" called Sir Topham Hatt, and his cat ran away. Well, I guess Gordon's not the only one to lose a tender today.
Later, in a dark area, the Diesels started plotting. "What are we going to do with this tender?" asked Diesel. "Simple," said Diesel 10. "Keep it. If Gordon is so important, then the island will soon lose all of its visitors. Sir Topham Hatt will go bankrupt, and we'll have to sell the island. Then I'll buy it." "Buy it?" said Diesel. "You don't have any money. How are you going to buy an island?" "Easy," replied Diesel 10. "Sir Topham Hatt always leaves his window open during the day, so if I reach Pinchy through one of them, maybe I can find some." "Diesel 10, you are an absolute buffoon. How in the world do you think that would work?" "Zip it, bud," Diesel 10 angrily roared. "If I hear any more backtalk from you, you can go live with my prisoners." Diesel didn't say another word for the rest of the night. There you go, Billy. You're finally fixed." "Thanks," said Billy. "I think I'll just stay here for tonight. My wheels feel a bit odd, and I still don't really want to move." "Okay, well, you just have a good rest, Billy." "You too," replied Billy.